Hi guys, and welcome to our first official video production class. Alright, so today we are actually going to talk about equipment. Now I know you aren't going to be in the classroom for a while and we don't know when you're coming back quite yet. Hopefully October. In the meantime, I want for you to be familiar with the equipment. So I'm going to give you an introduction to equipment in general through the use of Video Coach. Second, we're going to talk about the equipment that you will actually have access to. Third, we're going to give you time to brainstorm some possible ideas for you guys in case we don't get a chance to get our hands on the equipment in the classroom. And then you will turn your idea in that from the brainstorming session into me as homework. All right? So let's go ahead and get started. It's time for Video Coach video.
There are 6 things that every video journalist needs on a shoot: a camera, a tripod, a microphone.
Hi guys, and welcome to our very first official video production class. We're going to start off with talking about the equipment. What? The equipment? But we're not in school yet. I know. I just want you to be familiar with the equipment so that when you do eventually, hopefully, come back to the classroom, you will know what the equipment is and basically how to use it. So, in order to do that, we are going to start with Video Coach. I'm going to be using Video Coach throughout this off and on. Really great resource, and I can even give you online access so you can go back and revisit some of the videos that we watch. Then I'm going to tell you about the equipment that we have here. Third, I'm going to give you guys some time to brainstorm, and with that brainstorm, you guys are going to figure out some different ways of using the information that you're going to be learning about in video production. Because not everybody owns a video camera. I know I don't, but I do own a phone. So, can I make a video using my phone with the techniques that I'm learning in this class? Probably. And then that will actually be your homework. You will email me with at least one idea about what you can do in case we don't end up back in the classroom able to get our hands on the editing equipment and the cameras, okay? So, to start off with, is going to be Video Coach, and I will see you guys back in just a few minutes.
There are 6 things that every video journalist needs on a shoot: a camera, a tripod, a microphone, headphones, batteries, both for your camera and your microphone, and media. There are 6 things that every video journalist needs on a shoot: a camera, a tripod, a microphone, headphones, batteries, both for your camera and your microphone, and media, by which we mean tapes or a memory card or a hard drive or whatever it is that your camera records to. Let's take a look at each of these in a little more detail. Your video camera is obviously the most important piece of equipment. You'll use it to capture audio and video that will help you tell a story. Video cameras come in all shapes and sizes, from enormous studio cameras to handheld flip cameras. Some of them are high definition, others are standard definition. Some record on tape, others to hard drives or flash cards. The purpose of this video is not to teach you every kind of camera in the world. That would take forever. We are here to teach you techniques that you can use with any camera. No matter what kind of camera you end up going with, you will need one that has a microphone input and a headphone jack. A mic input allows you to use external microphones, like handheld mics, lapel mics, or boom mics when you're shooting stories. And you need the headphone jack so that you can listen with headphones to your audio as it's being captured into the camera. This is equally as important as having good microphones. There are more features we'll talk about later with video cameras, But the most important feature any video camera should have is a mic input and a headphone jack. This is a tripod. It has 3 legs, a head that moves around. This is a tripod clip, or a sled, sometimes called. You attach this to the bottom of the camera. This allows you to attach your camera to the tripod. Tripods keep your shots perfectly steady and clean. Here's some shaky handheld footage at a park. Here's the exact same shot from a tripod. Now look at these side to side. See how much nicer the tripod footage is. When the footage is shaky, the viewers at home are aware of the camera. They're focused on what you're doing with your hands. When the footage is shot from a tripod, the viewers at home can focus on what you're shooting and not on how shaky your hand was. If you move your tripod head horizontally, this is called a pan. If you move it vertically, this is called a tilt. It's about all you can do with a tripod, but the most important thing you can do with a tripod is to set it up with a well-composed shot and just leave it alone. A set of headphones is the most important piece of sound equipment you can take with you on a shoot. If you don't have headphones, you don't know what you're getting. This person could be telling you their life story, and your mic could have a short in it, and it could sound like this. Sometimes you can't go reshoot interviews, and you never want to in the first place. Always, always, always have headphones with you. The next important piece of sound equipment is your microphone. Every camera has a built-in mic, and that usually works great for shooting natural sound that happens in B-roll, like this. But if you're going to shoot an interview, you're going to need an external microphone. Lapel mics work great for sit-down formal interviews. Handheld stick mics and boom mics are better for on-the-go, quick interviews. If you're using a mic, don't forget about the headphones, or else you won't know if your mic is dead or if there's a short somewhere in the cable. Cameras and microphones need power. They need juice running through them to make them work, and this usually means batteries. Before you shoot, make sure that you've got at least 2 fully charged camera batteries, and that you have a battery in your microphone if it takes batteries, and that you have extra batteries for your microphone. Some cameras record to tape. Others record to hard drives or flash cards. No matter what you're shooting on, make sure you have plenty of space, and always bring a few extra tapes or cards or hard drives just in case you run out of space, or just in case one of them messes up. And that's it. That's about all the equipment you need to make professional-looking stories and packages. And you don't need thousands of dollars of stuff to get started. You can do this for a few $100. And remember, the equipment isn't the important thing here. It's how you use it to tell good stories. Let's review the equipment talk. On every shoot, you are going to need a camera, a tripod, headphones, a microphone, batteries, and some sort of media. If it helps, make an actual checklist and leave it next to where you keep your equipment. That way you know you have everything when you go out on a shoot. And one last thing, it's always important to test your gear before you go out. Make sure the batteries are charged. Make sure the microphone works, that the tapes are still good, and your camera isn't dropping frames for some reason. A lot of things can go wrong with equipment, and you don't want to find out about it when you're on the shoot, or even worse, days later in the edit bay.
Okay guys, welcome back. So, there are the basics about the equipment. Now, when you guys are back with me in the classroom, you and your group, if you're working with a group, will be assigned one camera. That is going to be the camera that you use during this class period. Always use the exact same camera, all right? Never erase any footage from that camera because you might accidentally erase somebody else's footage, and that's not cool. Be sure be sure to care for all of your equipment better than you tend to care for your own belongings, all right? Next, the equipment itself. I'm probably going to start most of you off on these little quad proofs that I have a picture of right here. They are pretty sturdy little cameras and very simple to use. They don't have a whole lot in the way of bells and whistles on them. I do have a few working Canons. These have a few more bells and whistles, not as sturdy as the little orange JVCs. Now my best cameras are these Vixias. They are really awesome, and if you work hard, and I trust you, I've only got two, but if you are a hard worker and I can trust you, I will send you out with those bad boys. Next up are our tripods. We've got these Manfrotto fluid heads. They are really easy to use. They're also really old, and so they have developed a few quirks, which I will teach you how to work around. We have slides. The slides can come off, and we do sometimes pull them off for various reasons. So you need to be sure to always make sure that you've got that slide or that sled or that clip. You'll find that in this business, most everything has multiple words for one thing. It drives me crazy. But anyway, always make sure that that's attached before you go out. Next up, sound. We do have handheld mics, boom mics, and lavaliers. The boom mic, you'll see, it looks like it's fuzzy. That's called a rabbit. Rabbits used to literally be made out of rabbit fur. Now they're made out of synthetic fur. What that fur does is it helps to cut down on any wind or background noise. Next up, before you go out filming, check the battery life. Make sure that you have a full battery. We don't have extras to send out with you, generally speaking, unless it's a small class or we're not using all of the cameras, then we can probably take a battery pack off of another one. Check the memory space. If you don't have enough memory on it, that means you haven't been uploading your footage as you've been getting it. When you pick up your camera, if something looks damaged, go ahead and show it to me. That way I don't yell at you for it later. And of course, check your tripod. Always make sure. Sometimes something needs to be tweaked or fixed, which is a lot easier to do in the classroom than it is out there. And of course, going back to that slide, the sled, the clip, whatever you want to call it, make sure you got one attached. When you get back to the classroom after filming, make sure that everything gets put back where it belongs. Be sure to plug in your camera so you can charge it for the next group to use or for you to use the next day. And of course, if something happened, and stuff does happen, please let me know. Don't let me be surprised when someone else shows it to me, okay? If you have any questions, you will be able to ask me on WebEx. In the meantime, homework. I want for everybody to think about what you could do if you can't film. I'm going to be teaching you the basics of filming. What are some options that you think that you might have to creatively show me that you understand what I've taught you in this class? Can you use your cell phone to film? Do you have a still camera? Are you good at sketching? Do you have access to magazines? You could always cut out pictures and pull them together that way in a storyboard type thing. And we'll talk about storyboards later. But for homework, email me, or if you don't have access to email, write down and send me an idea that you have for something that you can do in this class as an alternative to filming. Or if you really can't think of anything, if you just get stuck, ask me questions. All right? That will be your homework. I need to get complete sentences, proper punctuation, all that good stuff from you. Okay, guys? All right. I will see as many of you as possible on WebEx. You guys have a great day. Bye.